Welcome back, you giggling gal pals. We have the author of Childish Shivay, JR Cathers. We both received advanced reader copies of the book, but it is out now.
Warning, while we may be your giggling gal pals, we don't recommend listening to this podcast around little ears or ears that may be offended because we say bad words and shitty things.
Let's get right into it and get to know our guests. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Velaris podcast, Jess.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited you're here.
We have some really hard hitting questions for you, and we're starting it off with, are you a dog person or a cat person?
Oh gosh,
We'll
okay.
accept bird too.
Birds too,
Perfect.
okay. I actually am a dog person by default because I'm allergic to cats, but I love their personalities.
Mhm.
Sorry. You got really excited and then I just let you down there at the end, I think.
No, no,
Well,
no,
we
no.
called it.
We're like, what do you think she is? I'm like, I think she's a dog person.
Oh yeah,
So
I am. Yeah.
So tell us what you're currently reading.
I am currently reading Crown of Olympus by Kate Asher. She this just released at the beginning of the month and it's really good. I set up a buddy read because my beta team was going wild for this book pre-release. And I have been just having the worst FOMO over missing out. So I set up a buddy read and my FOMO is just getting worse because everybody's reading faster than I am right now. And I'm just seeing all these 5 Infinity Star reviews coming out, but it's really, really good.
adding it to
No.
TBR.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, if you like Greek gods, deadly trials, murder mystery, it's really good. Yeah, it's a good one.
I mean, we are discussing Crescent City. We love a murder mystery. So
Mhm.
noted, added to the TBR immediately. How do you like your books? Do you like physical, ebook, audio?
Okay, I've never actually listened to an audiobook. And I know that I need to, and I think I will enjoy it, but I have not done that yet. I tend to be a physical book type of person, and I don't know what it is, if it's just nostalgic for me at this point, but I really like being able to open my book and touch my book and smell my book. Yeah, and I don't write a lot of notes in my books. I honestly am not sure why, but I just love it so much. Yeah.
I think I started as like, I will only ever like, I like to hold the book. I like to crack it open. Same thing, like the smell of book. And then I got my Kindle and I quickly converted because it's so much easier. Like I read so much more with my Kindle just because I can pick it up during practice or like waiting to pick up
Mhm.
the kids. And then I never thought I could do audiobook for fantasy, but that changed this year.
Yeah.
So now I do all three.
What's your audiobook? What's the one I should start with?
Quicksilver.
Mm.
I think because the audio, oh
So
man. A
okay.
lot of people I think a lot of people agree with it. That audio is top tier.
Okay.
I feel like that's what everyone recommends is Quicksilver audio. Like if you see people talking, it's Quicksilver audio.
Okay. I'm on
It's
it.
the male main character voice in there is like it's so sultry and it's just
Yes.
it's nice.
Commit to it. You
I
guys
sound like a
can
pervert. It's fine.
we're all perverts here, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
go on.
Which lead is a good lead into the next question. What are your top 3 fantasy series with male main characters? Well, they all have male main characters. That's silly.
Okay, wait, so fantasy or romantasy? Are we going like are we talking spice or just fantasy?
Romantasy.
Okay.
Romantasy.
Well,
Gosh, romantasy is actually a little bit of a newer genre for me, so I haven't dabbled as deeply. My love came from fantasy, so I have a very shallow pool to draw from with that question. So,
That's
um,
shocking because your spice is so good. Blakely and I had a different conversation. Like, we're like, that's good. That's really good.
top tier spice. Hmm.
oh,
So
I
that's
love that.
shocking to hear.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I'm a Cassian girly, so that is
Okay.
my idea of a good time. I think anybody that says put your hands on the headboard, like, I'm sold. That's all it takes for me. So, Bonds That Tie by Jay Bree. Well, that's a reverse harem, so can that just be all my men right there? That's
I joke about men joining my reverse harem all the time and who's included. So I love you.
yes, absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
literally every podcast, reverse
That
harem.
Yeah, that was a very different one for sure. I didn't know what a reverse harem was because again, I'm newer to romantasy, so I would just everybody kept
Right.
saying it's an RH, it's an RH, and I was like, sounds great, people love it, and I went in blind, 5 guys, and apparently that is kind of the deeper end of the pool too, but it was I know. It was my first.
That's
I loved
That's a really jarring start into romance.
it. Hey, you know what though? I was all in immediately. I was like, yes, this is this is my genre.
I love it.
So who would your top 3 male main characters be then?
Okay, sorry. Let's go. I mean, as Cassian, yeah, Cassian was the main character. Let's go Cassian. I
Yeah.
did really like him. Um, Griffin from Bonds That Tie was definitely a favorite of mine. Love a man with a dirty mouth. And ooh, gosh. Ooh, can I say Vikesh? Can I give you one of my own?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the follow-up.
Here's the problem with this.
Oh no.
Fuck, marry, kill those 3.
That is problematic. Wow. That is an awful question.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
I told
definitely
you we say shitty things.
that's okay. Now I get it. I'm fucking Cassian for sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I gotta kill Griffin and marry Vikesh.
Totally makes sense. I feel like that's the right answer.
Yeah. I think I approve of that.
So another very important follow-up question that ties into this. Team Edward or Team Jacob, if you've read Twilight
I
or
have read
watched the movies?
Twilight. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. That's hard. I gotta go Team Edward. I would have to. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm gonna have
I'm a
people
Team
hang
Edward.
out. Okay. Neither of them are my type. I should say that, but
Neither. Yeah.
okay.
If
Yeah.
you have to pick one.
Yeah. If
Like,
I had
it just proves how starved we were back in the day that we were fighting between these two. Like, no.
yes. Yes, it does.
So I don't have a good segue at all from Twilight, but we're just going to go into writing questions because I have a lot.
Okay.
So from the timeline, from the idea to writing Child of Shivay to now, kind of when did this journey start?
So I started writing in it would have been late 2023, I think. But I only wrote for maybe 3 months and then I put it down. I was moving a lot at the time. I was building a house. I just didn't have time and I really didn't I didn't think I was going to pick it up again and then some of my book besties we were just talking and I mentioned it. They wanted to read it and they said, no, you have to finish this. And so I picked it back up in 2024 and really all told spent about 9 months writing it.
That's quick. I feel like for
Yeah.
like the detail and everything that you included, I feel like that's such a quick turnaround. Like, touche.
Yeah, it came very easily. The story did, yeah.
What did you find the most difficult process or part of the writing process to be?
The most difficult part of the writing process, I think there are so many breadcrumbs in this story that making sure so my editor told me really early on that I needed to trust my readers more. And so there was a shift there because I did have a tendency to over-explain because I didn't want people to feel dumb when they were reading it or miss things that really needed to be seen for them to understand the plot. And so I think making sure that those things were present enough to be seen by a large audience, but not so in your face that you were just rolling your eyes like, yeah, we get it, we get it. That was probably the hardest part for me, was kind of learning that subtlety.
Well, that is like one of my biggest pet peeves, when authors don't trust their readers. And I didn't realize it when I first got into romantasy. Like, you like read and you're like, and the over explanation doesn't bother you as much. But then when you like read writers that trust you to figure it out, you're like, oh my gosh, can we cut the fat here? Like, we get it. You don't have to keep telling us. So yeah, I need to be honest with you. I finished this book Monday. Yes, I finished it on Monday.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh my God, can't even believe it. I was ready for our interview. I've reread it since then. So I've finished your
Wow.
book 2 times in like
That's sweet.
3.5 days technically of writing and reading it. So yeah, because I left, we'll get into it a little bit, like I was like shocked and I was like, what the hell? But I think I blacked out at the end of the book because I like had to reread. I was like, oh, okay. Because I don't know what happened to me. I was like so immersed in the world that I was like, wait, what? What? And then yeah, I had to reread it. But I got some theories. But we won't talk about them here, but I'm excited for the next book. I'll say that much.
Did you read the bonus chapter too?
Yep, and I just reread it again before your interview today.
Okay.
Yes, definitely have some thoughts, and I am so excited to like. I didn't like, we're not deep diving this on the podcast, so I don't need to do this, but here I am highlighting like crazy, like trying to come up with theories, which now means I'm doing like a bonus little podcast episode later about your book because I couldn't help myself. I have
I'm
no
just glad,
self-control.
I'm glad you loved it that much though. Like that means so much to me. Yeah.
I'm true. It is one of my top reads of the year. And this year's
Oh,
been like a lot of rereading books, probably because of the podcast, but it is one of my top books. So thank you for writing it.
of
She
course.
hasn't shut up. We talk all day, every day. This is what is consuming her brain. Like, we don't talk about our kids, our husbands. No, it is your book. And
It's
we
just
finished it this week, so it was like super fresh. And yeah, she won't stop.
my bad. But just
You got it bad.
I do. So give me like another week after I record our little mini episode about this book because I still have a lot of thoughts. But I will be reading or listening to Banners and Bookmarks Deep Dive because apparently I can't get enough.
They sent me their outline, and I think they've all read it at least 3 times at this point, and I was shocked some of the things they're starting to put together on the outline. So I need to put out another book pretty quick because they're about to blow me out the water, I think. Yeah.
I mean, for our Easter egg girlies, which me and Kai are, we love an Easter egg. This spoke to my soul, but I apparently missed most of the Easter eggs my first read through, which is why I had to go back and reread it.
It's
It's
one
a
of those
lot.
books that you consume because
Yeah.
you can't put it down. And then you have to go back and read it again to catch everything because it's like an addicting book. You just want to keep turning the page. So you do miss things. It's a read twice book for sure.
Yeah, because your world was so, I said it was like cinematic. It was a very immersive world. So I was just enjoyed being in it. And then my usual brain that catches things didn't because I'm just along for the ride, loving these wood
Mhm.
sprites and having fun. So that's why I had to go back. Couldn't help myself.
Well, and definitely the more once you get to the end and you really know.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know everything, but once you know what you know at the end, when you start from the beginning again, it does read very differently when you're looking for those things.
Right. Which
Yeah.
now I'm like I said, just finished my second read last night. I'm like, am I going back in? Maybe.
You know you're gonna read it again. Like, be honest, Blakely.
Well, I know, but I wasn't expecting to read it 3 times in a week. But here, maybe it might end up happening because I have no self-control. So, moral of the story: read Child of Shivay. Kai, let's just go ahead into part 2 of Let's Talk Child of Shivay because I just
Yeah, because you can't stop. You're like ready.
yeah, I gotta muzzle myself for a little bit, and let's go right into talking about it.
So your book is 4.63 on Goodreads and a 5-star on Kindle. That's incredible. So congratulations. Like
Thank
this
you.
book just came out.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like
I
that's
will say
huge.
your street team and like is amazing. Like
Yeah.
our feed is blowing up with Child of Shivay. Like it
That's
is,
all
and
it is
it's
right now.
and then you're getting like Infinity Star, like, and I'm congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I was not expecting, I was told that launch would be really busy, but I didn't expect to just see walls of
Yeah.
green, and just
Yeah.
childish Chivay everything all day. It was really wild. But yeah, the street team is definitely something else.
That's a testament to your writing and just how you captivate all the readers immediately.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
You're like, yep.
Well, I was looking for a way to be a little more humble about that, but I don't
No,
know.
don't be humble. Brag.
No,
Brag.
we'll brag for you.
It's okay. Hey, it's not for every reader. I'll say that, and I don't mind that. But it's definitely finding its home in a lot of hearts, which is really wonderful to see. Yeah,
A
Yeah.
lot of hearts.
a lot of hearts.
How many books are you planning on writing for the series?
So the series, this direct storyline will be 5 total, and then I have 2 novellas planned. One that I plan to launch right before the next book, and it is a novella about the Vitruk and has a little bit of, well, a lot more kind of history and world building. Yes, we love it.
When's this coming out? Because you said before the next book, so
I'm hoping to have that out around the same time next year, and then I'd like the second book to follow pretty shortly after, like 2 or 3 months after. And then I'm shooting for 2 books the following year.
you are busy.
I love it. I just love it so much. The writing actually comes very easily when I sit down and make time for it, and it's such a joy to do that I don't mind finding that time.
I am so excited now.
You're
Like I
freaking out, but
am.
containing it.
Well, like you fall in love with a book and it's a series and you expect to be in pain for years on end, like with other series we have waiting for things. So you're feeding us and I love it. Thank you.
I want to. You're welcome. Well, I have so many ideas for this world and I'm dying to get to them, but it's a pet peeve of mine when authors start a series and then they think of something else and they just go, "Okay, well, I'm going to put this down for a while and go do this other thing." And so I'm determined to finish this before I start anything else. So that's motivating for me.
You're a
Yes.
saint.
You don't have to answer this because I don't want, and we can cut this out. But are you planning with the other books to look at the other the other veils? Like,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this, and you don't have to cut that out. I've said that before,
Okay.
but so even this 5 series, so the idea is that there's kind of a world right in each of the veils. And this series is 3 books that are in this veil specifically, and then it branches off and it starts tying into another storyline in another veil, and then the veils fall and those worlds kind of collide at the end. Yeah. It's gonna be so good.
I know. It's like, how do we not freak out? But it's like, we're playing it cool. We're going to be cool.
Yeah, I'm playing it so cool right now. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be fun.
So did you like once you came up with the idea in your head, did you instantly start kind of plotting out the entire series or just after you finished it just kind of naturally started coming while writing? Like
I'm such a pantser. I plot very little, so I just was telling somebody this the other day, but I'm pretty sure I know how the story ends, but if I get to the very end and these characters go AWOL and something completely different happens, I will not be entirely surprised. So I have, most of it comes as I'm writing and I get to kind of enjoy the ride too. Sorry, that's scary, but it is what it is.
It's scary but exciting. So I'm into it.
So just getting into your book, I'm huge on dedications. I read them, I love them, and I love yours. For every mind that needs to be reminded, you are what you make yourself. For every heart wondering if it has been broken beyond repair, you have it. You are healing even now. For every soul searching for a place that feels like home, this is for you. I love you. This is so good. Like, what a beautiful opening that just like is welcoming to this book. Like, I love it.
I think we've all been at least one of those things, you know.
Yeah. Or all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or all, yeah,
Yeah.
at different times, hopefully. But
Yes.
yeah.
It just really resonates. So I
Mm.
thank you for keeping that in there. Not that you would take it out.
Would not.
Also, we're huge fans of glossaries and pronunciation guides. So big thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for having that and making our life so much easier.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of needed it. I tried to make everything as phonetic as possible, so hopefully most of it makes sense anyway. But I knew that there were some things in there that people were going to need a little bit of help with. So
No, I was pretty happy to see she's bigger into like maps and glossaries, like and stuff like that, that she and I just kind of dive in. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I've been reading this wrong the whole time. I was happy to see that, like, because of the way that you wrote things, it was like, or spelled things. I'm like, oh, I said it right in my head. So yay me, I'm
Mhm.
not an idiot. Because I do feel like an idiot a lot of the time when I realize after the fact that I said it wrong in my head for 500 pages.
I feel like there's nothing worse than getting to the end of the book and falling in love with a character and then watching like an interview with the author and they say a name, and especially when it's a main character name and you've been pronouncing it wrong the entire time. And my head cannot relearn that. You do that all the time. Yeah. My head can't relearn it. I will forever pronounce it wrong for the rest of my
I
life. I will.
Yeah, and like we get on here and we do reels about some of these characters, and I'm sorry for Sarah Janet Mass. I'm not gonna say Manon. It is Manon for the rest of my life. And like, but why did you do this to us? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
So yeah.
The guide should be the standard. And so let you just set the standard for everyone else.
We need
Well,
a
I didn't
guide.
start that, but yes,
No, yeah.
everybody.
But we're
Yeah,
continuing the trend because we're
we
like,
will. Yeah.
okay.
We've said it before, but it is so easy to immerse yourself into this world. Even with the world building, you're just immediately there. How did you find the balance of building your fantasy world without it feeling like it was overly complicated to understand?
I think I think that probably comes from my love of fantasy.
Yeah.
I think that world building can be very it's easy to make it really heavy and really upfront. I think so the second book and all the books following are actually going to be multi-point of view, but part of the beauty of writing in a first person point of view and Vari experiencing everything the way that she does is that we also get to experience that with her, which makes the world building very easy and very kind of fluid. You know, it's a little at a time. It's not a huge dump. And I think when you come from fantasy backgrounds, it's interesting because a lot of authors will just start writing with the assumption that you already know about the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to pretend and kind of go along with it for a while until it starts to click.
Click with you, yeah.
With what now?
No, I said like, totally like it. All of a sudden, like 200 pages in, you're like, oh, I get it now. Clicking
Yeah.
sometimes with other books, and that
Yes.
was
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't love that. But I think there is something to be said for like The Name of the Wind is one of my favorite series, and the world building that is so beautiful, and it's a little bit slower, and so I think sorry, I'm all over the place right now. One complaint that I get occasionally is the front of the book, the pacing was a little bit slower, and I'm such a sucker for character development and for world development, and I don't want to throw it in people's faces and just expect them to understand. Now I'm going off in the weeds. I'm so sorry.
No, don't. Don't be.
Pardon. I don't even remember the question now. I just started rambling.
just how do you balance your fantasy? But it almost like, so I asked, how do you find the balance of building your fantasy world without it feeling overly complicated? But you did it in a clever way where you built her world and ours because it was all new to her too. So it was just really clever. And you found a really good balance since we were trying to figure out how you did that.
Right, yeah. I think it's just the single point of view starting there, really, and just the fact that she didn't know, Shavaria didn't know what she was getting into, and so you were learning with her, which made it really easy to comprehend and understand, and it was a slower build. Yeah.
What made you choose to have her be 24? We love that. That is way more relatable than a 19-year-old. But what made you choose her age? How did you get there?
Well, I didn't wanna read about another 18-year-old, or 19-year-old, and, so that was definitely part of it, but I also feel like 24 is an age where I see a lot of women, at least, really starting to kinda come into their own. You turn 18, 19, and then you kinda maybe go wild for a few years, start figuring out who you are, and so it felt like a perfect age for her to be deciding for herself.
Wow, that's so spot on. I got married at 25, so like in that ballpark. But like 36 would be too old for a female main character. We got like back problems and stuff at this point, so 24 makes perfect sense.
Yeah, don't expect me to like save the world at 36. I don't have the energy for it. 24, totally. Now, no.
You guys are just making me wanna write a 36-year-old FMC.
I mean, we'll
Who
read it.
needs a heating pad at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Just give me my icy hot.
Do you have a favorite line in the book?
Ooh, a favorite line? My probably one of my favorite moments is, it's when she keeps saying, "She's fine, I'm fine, I'm fine," and he says, "I'm beginning to wonder if you know what that word means." Because I feel like we all do this, and we just, we're like, I'm fine, I'm good," and it takes somebody outside of it sometimes to look and be like, "You keep saying that, but really, like, I feel like you might need a little bit of help." And I know it's such a small line, it's not the most poetic, but to me, it is one of the most relatable, and it's something I do all the time.
It's such a woman thing, especially in my opinion, because we're supposed to be fine all the time. And we're like, because we've got so many balls up in there. That's what she said.
Mm.
But yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even write my favorite line in here. Whoops. Sorry, Kai. You put yours?
Can I tell you mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to say no.
She's like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's friendship is different for everyone, but I suppose what friendship looks like for me is this. I trust you and you trust me. And if you need me, I'll be there no matter what. And if I need you, I know you'll be there for me too. And I just think that that's such a beautiful line and such a reminder. Like, friendship doesn't have to be overly complicated. Just be there for me.
Yes. I love that. I love that you like the simple line too. I feel like there are a lot of very, like, poetic and flowery ones that people gravitate towards, but I love seeing just the simple ones that resonate with people. It's really, really kind of beautiful.
Don't get me wrong, I have a ton highlighted, but that's my favorite.
I wasn't
Big
worried.
highlighter now. How
many
did your personal experiences shape this book and series?
Oh, I mean, all of it. I obviously have never been an assassin, but in terms of character development, I think that you have to relate to people or understand them, or your characters to some extent to be able to write them well. So all of my experiences in life are reflected in the things that they say and do.
So I guess my next question would be, has anybody inspired these characters in this book, especially Leanna?
Oh, no. No, I think I'd be too afraid to say if they had.
That's fair.
But, yeah.
You don't want to say who it's your Leanna in your life?
No, I don't thankfully, I don't know anybody like that. I mean, that was just, yeah, I think trying to think about what it would take to make somebody so distrusting and so hardened. And I mean, I can't imagine what you would have to go through to be in a position like Shavaria was to go into a world that is so opposite of what you've been told and still be so programmed to hold on to those beliefs, you know? So that really is where Leanna came from.
Leannas of the world.
I know.
I know. I was thinking of like, I asked Blake, like, who's the Leanna in your life?
What
I was
did you
like,
say?
eh,
My
I
mother.
could say I maybe have a couple, but like little parts of it for sure. I know yours.
Mm,
I know Kylie's.
I don't speak to my birth mom, so it's fine. So like,
okay.
she totally is a Leanna. Totally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
100%. I mean, not to me. She loved me, not you.
100% love.
Mhm.
We joke about it. We
It's
joke
a
about
joke.
our trauma.
Sorry. We joke about trauma. My bad. Not
Me
everyone
too.
gets
I
it.
get it. No, I get it.
You're like, here's my mom's trauma. We just met you. Let me dump on you.
She's,
Go for
I
it.
know,
I'm here
you're
for
like,
it.
she's my
I'm gonna
Lee,
take
and I'm like, not to me. She loved me.
That was the segue into you being my therapist about the Leannas of the world.
I'm just gonna take some notes and use this in a future installment. All your trauma.
I'll send you over an email. It would be good.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you hope that readers will take away from this series when it's completed? Or even just what do you hope they take away at the end of the first book?
Mhm.
Definitely at the end of the first book, that you are fully who you decide to be. Just straight up, that's what it is. From the series, what do I hope they take away from the series? There's going to be a lot of emotional devastation, for sure.
Perfect.
No, no. It sounds so sad. No.
No.
Yep, sorry. There's a lot coming. I think from the series, I guess that would actually be just a running theme through the series is just like we are the sum of our choices and we are all who we choose to be. That's it.
You sound like you've been to therapy because that's like spot on to what my therapist has said.
I have been to therapy, but I cannot afford to pay for anybody else's, so I need people to stop asking.
This book is well, now we all need therapy because we don't
Right.
know.
Do you have who is your favorite character or characters in this series?
In the
Or I guess-
series or the
I was like, hold on. Sorry.
Okay.
Take away series. My bad. I didn't mean to say series.
Okay,
In this
okay.
book.
Vikesh is always going to be a favorite of mine. So, you know, he doesn't get a lot of the spotlight in this book, but he's definitely at the forefront for me just because I understand him very well. And I know where he's going and where he's been. But Tig, of course, is everybody's favorite, you know, and she and Felius are probably like a really close second for me. Those two are deeper than maybe people think.
Ooh. Fine, I'll reread it a third time this week.
We love the wood sprites. The second we were introduced to them, I wanted to like DM banter and bookmarks. Like, how do we get this? Like, I want a wood sprite friend. Like, I want besties that just hide and don't see anybody else. I want these invisible friends.
Yes.
I want
We all want
invisible-
these invisible friends.
Well, I was saying to Kai before we started recording, I was like, I think it's like the millennial Disney kid in us, where it's like you have all these animals and stuff helping you. I'm like, that's what the wood sprite fighter. And you're like, yeah, I just want them. You're so cute.
They're definitely. I had somebody leave a review really early on, and she goes, "I feel like this should have been a YA book." And I thought about it because I was like, there's sex and swearing and torture and murder but I think it had to have been the wood sprites. That's what I kept coming back to because it is like you said, like it's sort of maybe. No, you're just making a face. Maybe
We're
not.
just, how do you get?
How do you get
YA?
YA out of this? I'm a little.
Well, that's why I thought it had to have been the wood
Yeah.
sprites. I was like, maybe it's the Disney princess thing, you know?
That
Maybe
just
it is.
overshadowed the sex scenes completely.
Like
Right.
what?
Okay.
You could write a YA about the wood sprites for sure,
Sure.
but I would not call this YA. But you know,
Yeah.
Trust me, I just
would not
reread
let
it.
my child as a young adult read this quite yet.
No,
No.
I mean, he's 8. He's not reading this.
Yeah, no. I know I just had a girlfriend of mine give it to her daughter who's 15, and I was like, is she old enough? I don't know. I'm not a mom, but your call.
I mean, I'm not going to say what I was doing at 15, but I have a 15-year-old. I have a
Oh,
15 year
yeah.
old, and I would not. I don't think so. Well, especially I'm not
Mm-mm.
going to give it to her. Like, here, read this. No, thank you.
Yeah.
One question I have, if you've even thought about it, who would your dream cast be for the main characters for like fan casting in a TV series or movie?
That is not something I've thought about.
You're my girl.
Yeah, sorry. Henry Cavill for all of them.
Perfect. You know what? Say less. We're good.
You'd be the prettiest Shavaria.
I'd be into it. Just put me in the same room with that man. I don't care how it happens. Oh, sorry. He's taken out. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But
Oh, is he taken? I didn't realize he was. I mean, I
yes,
am.
he's got a hot model lady. I think they just had a kid too. So
Oh,
he's a
that's
dad
great.
now. I know.
Well, good for him.
I know.
Yeah.
We're sad, but good for him. Yeah.
I mean, I'm married, so I don't know why I'm sad for him, but I'm like, I lost my
I'll be sad.
chance.
I'll be sad for both of us.
One question I have is, how do you feel when you read theories about your book, or are you a theories gal for other books? Like, do you kind of avoid the theories because you don't want them to like, or are you like, oh, they're on to me?
So those are the reasons I do love reading the theories, because there are some things that people think, and it's nice to be able to reflect on it as an author and see how maybe they came to those conclusions so that I can factor those things into my writing later.
As a theories gal, on
Yes.
my potentially third reread in the next week, what is something, without not giving too much away, what's something that I should look out for?
Well, I told the banter girls this already, but ears are very important in this story. Yeah, God. So I would definitely be paying attention to that.
Okay, because I have been. Okay. So when I go back in and reread, that's what we.
Ears, gotcha. Okay, well, third time in a week. I'm going back in.
Time's a charm.
You're gonna see it now. Now that you're thinking about it, you're gonna find it and you're gonna go, no way. Oh my gosh. I believe in you.
Okay, I'm going.
So
I'm
the
going in.
next questions we have could have potential spoilers if you want to avoid them.
Just say, no big deal.
Okay. Can you tell us about the lone carving of a wolf in the cabin? Does it have relevance? Because that was a very specific detail after facing, is it Naiad? Because there wasn't a pronunciation for that.
Naya, yeah, the Naya, yeah, the Naiad. So yeah, actually, that's so funny that you picked up on that. But that cabin is in one of the novellas, and so the veils basically they make it so that there's no interaction, right? But the places are all the same, and so that cabin is relevant in a novella that is within this world. And that in that novella, the cabin is where most of the story takes place. So if you like Easter eggs, when you start reading that novella, you'll realize that this was the cabin where Shavaria and the general stayed.
So yeah, I just picked up on that weird detail and
Yeah.
I love this. Cool. I
Well,
caught
because
some.
of like what we do on the podcast is like we literally will go and we're deep diving something line by line. And I think we've gotten pretty
Okay.
excited if there's like a random factoid, we're like
Yeah.
red flags up.
What
Like,
is that?
yeah, why are you
I wanted
I
saying
was
that?
wondering.
I wanted to ask one that wouldn't give too much away, but readers will now pay attention to that, when
Mhm.
they're in the future. So
Mhm.
thanks for fulfilling my heart.
Good question.
I'm trying to think of how to say it without not. So in the bonus chapter, everybody make
Yes.
sure you read the bonus chapter. No, I'm not going to ask that because I feel like a spoiler. So I'm just maybe not going to say it. So like I had asked you before, so that character that we were introduced to in the bonus
Mhm.
chapter that right? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is there in the book any little Easter eggs about this person that we should have picked up on?
She is the healer on the boat at the end.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
mhm.
Interesting.
Interesting.
No, my theories are like, okay.
It's really hard to watch you contain yourself.
I'm trying because I could just like keep going, but like I don't want too many things on here, so that's why. Maybe I should have not reread it right away because I'm like, ah. um, are there any like final thoughts or things that you want to share about the book to like readers?
Mm. Final thoughts or things I want to share about the book. Um, I would guess, or I think the one thing I would like to say, because, people are looking at this book and wondering if it's right for them. And I would say that it's good for a vibe read. And it's also good if you really enjoy the theories and picking up those little nuggets. But if you're a surface level reader that just wants everything to be finalized and complete at the end and to finally understand this world, then maybe wait for a couple more books. So that is the one thing I would say. And I don't want to dissuade anybody from reading it, but I do want people to enjoy it when they get into it. So
That's fair. I mean, I'm glad that you're honest because, like, if they're just looking for everything told to them, like this isn't the book for you, and then they'll have a negative experience. We don't want that.
yeah, absolutely. And I will say that there's a lot in the subtext of this book and the bonus chapter. There's a lot in the subtext of the bonus chapter. So very little is what it seems to be in what has been presented already, and that will begin to unfold in the next installment.
Is our narrator reliable?
She is reliable
Oh,
to the best of her ability because she doesn't know everything, right?
Right.
So yeah, being, what her background is, I think should be considered in the reliability of her narration, but to the best of her ability, she is. Like, I did not write this to have, these huge plot twists come out of nowhere that you have had zero information on. I don't prefer reading those things, so I didn't want to do that to people. So the more you know, the more you should be able to go back and really dive deep and suss out what is going on and what is happening. But just like, Voss's mate in that moment, there are some very small moments and little things that if you're not paying attention and you're too into the moment and you're racing by to see what happens, you might miss them. Yeah.
everybody go reread.
Go reread.
We actually wanted to ask you, how did you find your partnership with the Bookish wine?
That
Because how
was
exciting that you're included in that.
That's so awesome. Yeah, that was a complete coincidence. I met Jen, who owns Bookish Wine, and asked if she would be interested in ARC reading for me. And it was very early, and she loved it so much. And I didn't know, but she was looking for indie authors at that time to partner with for Bookish Wine. And so after she read it, she said, she approached me and said, "Can we do a collaboration?" And talk about a dream come true, right?
Right.
For a debut, and then
Yeah.
for somebody to approach you and say, "We want to do a collaboration, let's do a partnership." But I've kind of had the dream debut, I think. Vidora Maria is doing all that clothing, like the Fadian line and the Shadow Master. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's
I didn't see
incredible.
that. Did you?
Oh yeah.
No,
I'll
that's
se-
amazing.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, and I have Slow Burn Candles out of Seattle is doing candles for the story. So she's doing a scent for Xavian, Vikesh, Tig, and Vari. Yeah, it's just,
I want that. I love I'm a
yeah,
big candle slut. Like, I love them.
yeah. She nailed it. They're wild. She sent me a whole package of candles and I just got through them all. And I don't know how she did this. They're all magic. It's like unlike anything I've ever smelled before. And Xavier is definitely my favorite scent. I just want to be buried with that smell. It is so good.
I would let Xavier be buried just in general in
In
me.
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
I want
Or
a link
maybe
to
not.
these candles. I want them. I
I
need
will.
them.
I'll send you guys all of the follow-up links so you
Yes,
can check.
promote your merch. What else do we need? Like, we'll
Yeah.
promote it.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, that's everything right now. And then I do have I wish the Bookish wine, she was getting her whole business going while I was getting ready to launch my book. And so I was just dying to tell everybody about that because how incredible. But I do have some other to be announced partnerships coming up that I can't talk about yet. So
When
So
you can,
we,
tell us. We're happy to share them.
yeah, we are collaborators with Bookish Wine. And then once we found out that it was your book, I was like, look at that. Kismet right now. I'm loving it.
Literally fate.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I didn't know that you guys signed on with her before. That's
Yeah.
great. I love that.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, I was
before we
like,
knew what the book was.
uh-huh. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. And I'm excited for December to get my hands on that Shivay wine.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go down. I'm meeting with Jen in a couple weeks. I'm gonna fly down to California and we're gonna go tour the vineyard together.
I think I'm out of questions. I think Blakely would spoil the book if she asked you more, but don't be surprised if you like get a DM like, are we on the right path?
And
Oh,
then you don't
yeah.
have to
No,
answer.
you guys.
You don't have to,
Well, yeah.
but
I'll
you can.
I'll answer unless it's a spoiler, and then I'll just reply with a GIF because it's my favorite.
Perfect. Okay. Perfect.
I love that you're a GIF gal, not a GIF gal. Thank you.
That's I honestly have no idea what GIF just to me, it's like the peanut butter, right? It's like you can't have
Yeah.
both.
No. And
Yeah.
then where did that come from? Why? I don't know. But I guess I mispronounce many fantasy names and stuff, so I can't really hate on those people too much.
I can't speak English in general. I
Yeah.
butcher everything.
Yeah, so do I.
Me too.
That's why we love the pronunciation guide. Okay, we got really derailed. We like you.
Okay.
That's why this was fun to talk to you.
It was fun, yeah. It was really fun.
I'm-
Let's do it again someday.
Yeah, a book too. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as we chatted with Jess. And make sure you all read Child of Shivay.
Thank you so much for having me.
Don't forget to follow us on social media for all our latest updates, theories, and more new book goofing. Make sure you follow us and give us a review wherever you listen. All links are in our info, you giggling gal pals, and we'll see you next week.